Sambanani, guys. We see these satellite dishes all over the place nowadays, but sometimes they do go wrong. This tutorial is to help you help you um, do first line service on your own satellite dish installation, or if you're a trainee and you're new to the business, things to look out for. These ones are all okay, there's nothing wrong with them. This, however, is on the beachfront in Durban. As you can see, it is rusty, split, and obviously faulty. This one, however, is in the Transvaal and is also faulty, but the fault with this one is the skew. That's the position of the L&B. Now, to find these faults, this is the tool you need. It's your remote control. The one on the left is the new one and will work with all the decoders. The three on the right are specific to their own decoders. They do interchange, but specific to their own decoders. So the ones on the right won't work on the decoders on the left. To check your remote control, first of all, you just need a cell phone with a camera feature on it. If you go to the camera position, just click on, position the remote control underneath, and press any of the buttons. If you see it light up like this, it tells you that the remote control is working. That means that the batteries aren't in the wrong way, or that the remote control is not faulty. So you can clear that as part of the fault finding method. Now, this is normally what we see in the house, especially with the older ones, is the number on the actual front of the decoder. This tells us that from the dish to the decoder, everything is installed correctly, and that the signal coming from the dish to the decoder is correct. The way to check this, to make absolutely certain, is if you go to the press menu on your decoder, on your remote control, in the main menu, go to Information Central, Advanced Options, click OK. This will take you to the Advanced Options menu. You come down to Signal Detection. From the Signal Detection, you just press OK. This will tell you what the signal level is, the frequency, the polarization, the signal lock, and the signal quality. They're the actual items that we look at. However, truth of the matter is, quite often what you see is the decoder in this state. The 4 flashing dashes and the red light underneath. This tells you that you've got no signal. And if you take the remote control and do the same exercise, go to Advanced Options and Signal Detection, you'll see that the signal level is 0. The frequency is changing all the time. The signal lock is unlocked, and the signal quality is 0. This is the usual sign that you see on the screen itself. The connection has been lost. The decoder will attempt to reconnect. However, with its searching, with these numbers on, this tells us we have a problem. Okay, an actual dish installation doesn't consist of much. It's a dish, the back part to hold the dish, the arm that holds the L&B, the 2 L&Bs on the floor there. You only need one of them. The coach screws, the arm to hold the dish, and the cable, obviously. There's also 2 spanners there. One is a 13 usually, and the other one is a 10 or a 12 with a couple of 2 F connectors. The coach screws, you need a size 13 spanner to insert those, and obviously the plugs themselves to put them in. The 2 L&Bs that are there are a single and a twin L&B, which I'll explain a bit later. The cable, the black cable is for when you do an installation in direct sunlight. The white cable is usually for aesthetic reasons. You use it inside the house itself. The things on the end of the cable, the F connectors, do need to be put on correctly. So this is just a quick check that you can look at to make sure the F connectors on correctly. You've got the braid, that's the dielectric, and the copper center wire. The braid and the center wire should be kept separate. The dielectric, that's the white thing in the middle, is very, very important. If you look at the end of the F connector, you can see it's got a screw connection. In this particular case, it's got a little O-ring on the end to cushion the actual connection going into the back of the decoder. When the F connector is put on correctly, you can see the part of the center core sticking out slightly, and the dielectric flush with the shoulder and the inside of the F connector. The inner and the outer has to be kept separate, as there is a voltage running up it. Another thing to check is the actual bracket on the wall itself. Make sure it's not loose, there's no gaps, because if the wind blows the actual dish itself, each degree that it goes off, you will lose signal. It goes down by about half. So it's important to check that. This one is the LMB. The one on the right is faulty, the one on the left is correct. And the reason why it's faulty is that the cover on the very end has been eaten away by UV, and the plastic has perished, so rain can get in there. This will give you obviously odd pictures, pixelation, or poor quality pictures, or no picture at all, especially on damp mornings or rainy days. So that would need to be changed. As this is a single LMB, there's a single F connector on the end. This you would use for a single decoder installation. So it'd be one cable from there to the back of the decoder. However, nowadays we have HD PVRs which require two cables. So this is a twin LMB. You would also use this decoder for extra view if you got two decoders and you need one feed to each decoder with a heartbeat cable linked between the two. The skew of the LMB, that's the angle where the cable goes in, is very important as well. It should be as looking face at the dish. It should be in the 5 o'clock position. If it is too far up or too far down, you will lose either horizontal or vertical channels. So it is vitally important that is in the 5 o'clock position. So if I've been to calls where the skew has been off and they've lost channels. So that's another thing that you need to check. There's another look at the LMBs. This is different types of LMBs. Still a single, a twin, and the one on the extreme left is a quad, which is 4 outputs. This one you would use for extra view for 2 HD PVRs. Just to show you some of the products that are out there. The other and last final thing to check would be the actual bracket that holds the dish on. Just make sure that nothing is loose and everything seems to be firm. If the dish is moved, quite often you can see the marks on the actual upright pole there would be scratches that would move around. Just a bit of logic there, just to double check them. This is the final checks. Hope you found this helpful, guys. If you have, please click like and subscribe to my channel, and I hope to have a few more things in the future. May your God go with you and all your problems be small ones. Thank you very much, guys. Speak to you next time. Bye.